First of all, I would like to thank the organizer for inviting me to this very important event, especially having to interact with the young generation, the future of Malaysia. It's very important to talk about this topic. And for me, perhaps it's a rather provocative topic, starting with a Malaysian dilemma. I'm not sure whether it's a dilemma or not, but perhaps it's not a dilemma, but for me it's a blessing. That's why we need to really define what does it mean by race-based politics, or perhaps we need to first understand the demarcation between racism and race-based politics. It's very important to distinguish between the two, so that we can have a fair understanding and discussion on the way forward. That's why, if we understand this, first of all, if we look at the Oxford Dictionary of what does it mean by racism, it defines as racist as being prejudice, discriminative, and antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. In other words, it talks about having to dominate or undermine or even oppress other race while you feel that you are more superior than others. That is the first premise that you have to establish in defining what is racism or being racist. While race-based politics, on the other hand, having a different dimension of understanding, because by nature it's actually jive well to the nature of human being who love to be, who by nature they belong to certain group, they belong to certain race, they belong to certain tribes. That's why if you look at the latest book by Professor Amy Chua, she talked about the politics of tribalism. I would like to quote her interesting quotation here. She did mention about this by saying that humans are tribal. We need to belong to a group. We craft bonds and attachments, which is why we love clubs, teams, fraternities, and families. So, if you are saying that politics or race-based politics is to strive for the interest of one race without undermining other race or having intention to dominate or even oppress other race, is there anything wrong to that race-based politics? So that's why perhaps we might want to change the topics from a Malaysian dilemma to a blessing, because it's very close to the nature of human being. And in fact, if I may quote a verse in Surah Al-Hujurat, where Allah mentioned in verse 13 Surah Al-Hujurat, يا أيها الناس إن خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. O human being, we have created you into men and women and put you into tribes and nations, races. For what purpose? لتعارفوا, for you to know each other. And the best among you is the one who possesses God consciousness. So the key word here is knowing each other, by having to appreciate differences, by having to appreciate the nature of human being. By nature, they are being created as races, tribes, nations, so that you may know each other. Knowing each other is like we have our first love. You have to know your spouse first, or your girlfriend before you get married, or perhaps this is what I experienced before. We are in the generation that not be oppressed by our parents to choose our spouse, but actually knowing each other is to appreciate the differences, the strength, as well as weaknesses. Of course, during the honeymoon time, everything is beautiful, but over time, you will appreciate not only the strength, but also the weaknesses. And this is actually the spirit of knowing each other. So, for me, we might want to change the topic from as a Malaysian dialogue to is a blessing for this nation. Thank you.